Good morning. We are rolling around on a Monday. We just left the shop. We got everything ready to go for the most part. I can't think of anything else I really need to get ready to go, but I would have liked to grab some ice and put in my cooler before I go head out in the desert. Anyways, welcome to KRRS Roadside Service. We're we're doing the thing, We're doing the motherfucking thing. This was a weekend. I wouldn't say it was a great weekend. I wouldn't say it was a horrible weekend. It was a weekend. Let's see. I had to work Saturday, so I had to wake up early, and I woke up kind of pushing it. Let's just say I woke up pushing it, and because I set all my alarms, and I think I talked about it once before, but on my Samsung phone, you just set a bunch of alarms, and it's like, oh, you can create a group, so you can just toggle them all on, toggle them all off. And I have a shitload of alarms. It's like 13 alarms for 4 to 5 a.m. and then there's another shitload for 5 to 6 a.m. depending on what time I need to get up. And I had them all selected. It was like 28 alarms. None of them went off because I didn't have Saturday selected. Whoops! Little mishap there, but I was like, oh, for sure I'll wake up. I'll set all my fucking alarms. I'll set every single one of them that I got. And I was even showing the wife that night in the bed. I said, look, I just clicked this button and all those alarms are set. They're on. Now, I guess I could have checked it by looking to see when the next alarm was supposed to be going off. Because usually that's a big like notification on your phone. It'll say, hey, yo, your next alarm's going off in 4 hours and 53 minutes. Get off of YouTube. It's like, all right, I'll get off after this video. It's like, no, get off now. It's like, no, after this video. And then it's like 4 hours and 50 minutes of sleep versus 4 hours and 20 minutes of sleep. Who gives a fuck? Let's just go, dude. And my phone's like, no, dude, get off the fucking YouTube, man. And I wish it would just like block out YouTube. It's just gone. I mean, I would probably sit there for another hour just fiddling around with it, trying to figure out where the fuck YouTube went, trying to download it again. But I don't know. Or if there was put a big X on the social medias, and it would just say, "Yo, you can't play until 6 a.m. on Monday." And even then, you shouldn't be playing, but you'll be available to if you need to. Sometimes you take shits early in the morning. Here you go. But no, that didn't happen. Oh, now they're closing my fucking highway. They're always closing highways. Now they're closing. They closed 670 eastbound now. I think a lot of people driving today right now were not expecting this. They're like, what the fuck? What do you mean, what the fuck? What the fuck? We can't go? We can't go that way? No, bitch, you can't go that way no more. You can't go that way no more. And hopefully I can just pass up all these fucking people. Because they're all going slow as fuck. Go. This is 70 and 670 are the same fucking thing, okay? Just go. Let your GPS figure it out. I know you're gonna be late. It's okay. Well, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I had to work on the weekend. It wasn't a great time. It wasn't a horrible time. It was a lot better than what I expected. I actually recorded a little bit of a podcast, but it's fucking bullshit, so I'm not gonna put it out. I'll just kind of recap it today. I I don't. Sometimes Saturdays can get an entire episode to themselves. Other times, you record it and you're like, nah, I can say all that in 5 minutes on a normal podcast and have more shit to say. So, anyways, Saturday worked, ran a guzzler. There were no problems. Everything went the way we wanted it to go, and we got the job done. It was just sucking sand out of a pit. We did a good job at sucking that sand out of a pit. I'll tell you what, we even got told to give our a pat on ourselves on our backs. That's how good we did. Nobody else was willing to pat our backs, but they said you guys can pat yourself on the back for that one. I'm like, all right, I'll take you up on that. I'll definitely do that now. I'll definitely pat myself on the back. It would be cool if somebody could just scratch the middle of my back for like 5 seconds, like just real quick. There's something there. It could be an ant. It could be a boil. It could be I got shot. I don't know. But there's something in the middle of the back that, the side of a door frame just can't get good enough. Can somebody fucking touch me? Okay? How about you pat me on the back, man? How about you pat me on the back, man? Oh, yes, ma'am. Me getting on the highway, I don't need to get all the way on the highway. Yeah, you can just stay right next to me the whole time. Coming over, fuckheads. Somebody lost a mattress on the highway. I don't know if they lost it. They might know exactly where the fuck it's at. I've had a mishap with furniture on the road before. Hauling furniture. Let's see. The first furniture hauling issue I ever had. I don't know. I'm sure there was others. I've had a lot of shit fly out of the bed of my truck. So when I was really young, well, I was 16, and I had my very first pickup truck. I bought like a grill guard and a roll bar and some side steps or something. Somebody was selling all these things off of their truck, and I bought them for some reason, and they were not in good shape. None of this stuff looked good. None of it fit right. Nothing was correct about it. But I bought it all and threw it in my truck, and it rode around in the bed of my truck for a while. And then there was one day where I was driving and I wanted to do a little burnout around a corner. This was my 96 Chevy. That was probably my second nicest truck I ever owned. No rust, straight, good paint, clean interior. It was a nice truck. But anyways, I came flying around a corner, drifting it, and then I went into the grass. And when I went into the grass, I looped out, and the rear end of the truck just swung down. It was like a hill, a little bit of a grassy hill that I kind of whooped out on, and all the shit flew out of the bed of my truck. But that roll bar kind of flew out, but got hooked and like scratched and dented the bedside. And I was like, oh no. And I think I left all that shit down that grassy hill, except for the roll bar. I know I held on to the roll bar for a while. Never got it put in. I kept thinking about putting it in, but it didn't fit right. So I would have needed a welder and a cutter and all kinds of other shit to figure it out. But I just never put it in. Another time, so this was my buddy Zach. My buddy Zach, I haven't talked to him in a while. I actually had a dream about him at some point in time. I don't know. It could have been last night. Could have been fucking eight weeks ago. I had a dream about this guy. And now I don't even remember the dream. But I did have a dream about the guy. He used to be one of my best friends. And he still could be. But I don't know. Last time I talked to him, he was just kind of like he was too busy to talk to me. And we hadn't seen each other in a long time. And it's just like, oh, okay. And then he's never I've reached out to contact him, not that often, but I'm the guy that reaches out. So I had reached out to him a couple of times in the past, and I don't know, maybe he got a new number. I'm not sure, but I just know he hasn't never reached out to me. But shit, most people wouldn't reach out to me. That's what I gotta, I'm the special one. Okay, I am fucking special. I'm caring, and I call people. People don't call me. I call people. Don't call us. We'll call you. Yeah, no, actually, it's not that at all. But no, I'm the guy that reached out. So, but I haven't reached out to him. He hasn't reached out to me, and I don't know. I don't even know if he has the same number. He was. So, anyways, getting back to the story, what the actual story's about is we were moving some stuff around for his dad, and his dad was so awesome. He's such a good guy. Plays in a band, rides a motorcycle. Uh, can you get out of my lane? Thank you, Temp Tag Hyundai. The fuck, dude? What the hell you doing in my lane, man? Anyways, they were like, oh, we need to move a whole bunch of shit. Can you bring your truck over and help us move it from a storage unit? Or I don't know. It was moving it from their grandma's house to a storage unit. I said, yeah, I can help you with that for sure. I mean, so he had tons of friends, and they all had trucks, so we all went over there. And for some reason, they decided mine. They were like, hey, we have a big desk. We want to put it in your truck. I was like, okay. Will it fit? And we kind of laid it down. We put it, I don't know what it was sitting on, but we just kind of laid it down and we said, all right, is this good? And his dad was there. His dad was there. He's like, I was like, do you want to put a strap on it? He's like, no, it'll ride. I'm like, he's like, we're just going down the road. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I think we should probably put a strap on it. He's like, no, it'll be fine. I don't know why that was a decision that was made. I totally could be getting it completely wrong. I could be the one saying, "Oh, it doesn't need a strap." But the way I remember it was he was there, he helped us get it loaded up in my truck, and I had one of those plastic bed liners. And we said we should strap it up, and he said, "We're just going down the road. It'll probably be fine." And I said, "Okay." And we get in the truck and we drive down the road, and then we end up on the highway, and I'm like, it's still there, and the tailgate was down, by the way. Like, this is tailgate down, dresser or desk in the truck, and it's on a plastic liner, so it's like slippy slidey. And yeah, we came to, I don't know, as I was going up the hill to the off ramp, the thing started sliding out a little bit, so I kind of tapped the brakes a little bit, and it would slide up again, and it would kind of stop. But then we get to the traffic light, and I'm rolling up to the traffic light, but I'm also trying to just kind of get this thing to keep sliding into the truck a little bit more, because every time it slides in, it hits the front of my truck, and it'll kind of bounce back a little bit. And then the red light turned green, and I don't know, we were just, the way the bounce was, it was like it bounced, I hit the throttle, and it just shot right the fuck out of the back of the truck. It went, and it fucking destroyed the entire fucking desk. And it wasn't like made out of solid wood or, whatever. It wasn't like it was a heavy desk, but it's particle board. And I just remember his dad. I felt so fucking bad. I was like, dude, I know we should have strapped it down. He's like, I know. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. He's like, this is my grandmother's desk or something. He was going. He's like, oh, like he was going for an Oscar. He was like, oh, my desk. I'm like, I'm so sorry, man. Like, I told you we should have strapped it down. If it was that important to you, you would think he'd bubble wrapped it and then been like, "Oh, we're strapping it down." But and he wasn't there, so he doesn't know that it was sliding out the whole fucking time. You're lucky it wasn't on the highway. I mean, well, I guess it doesn't matter where it was because it's completely destroyed. There was no saving it. As soon as it fell out, it was so heavy and it just collapsed as soon as it fell on the ground. And we had to call him and say, "Hey, the desk fell out," and he was like, "Okay, I'll come help you put it back in." And he showed up out there, and he was like, "Oh!" I was like, yeah, it fell right out." And luckily, I had somebody with me. I don't remember who I had with me, but I was like, "Dude, tell him what I did because I don't. I know what he's gonna think, that I'm fucking hot rodding it around, and I fucking came around this corner fast as shit, and it just slid right the fuck out, brother. I was in the middle of trying to get it to scoot into the truck a little further because it's sliding, and he just. I remember we threw all the pieces in the back of the truck. We went to the storage unit and I was trying to explain it to him. And I even grabbed a piece and I put it on the bed and I was sliding it around. I was like, "Look, it's sliding real bad." He didn't give a fuck. He was just very, very sad and upset. And then I think it was Zach, my buddy, he came up to me. He's like, "Hey, man, don't worry about it." I'm like, I feel really bad. Like, this is a grown man. This is your father. And he is weeping about this desk. Yeah, I'm gonna feel bad. I'm 16 years old. He's like, don't worry about it. He's like, I've never even seen that desk in my life. I'm like, okay. I mean, I'll try to. Okay, I'll forget about it. I don't know. I don't know what you want from me, but yeah, I'll try to forget about it. And I was kind of standoffish a little bit, Every time I came over to his house, I was like, "Is your dad there? I need to stay away from his dad." I was like, "Your dad hates me." He's like, "No, he doesn't hate you." And he didn't hate me. I don't know. I think that was just a really emotional time for him because I think that had to have been right around the time either his mom passed away or was getting put into a home or something like in that sense. And it was emotional for him. And then, he's just trying to save all his memories, and then some punk ass kid just throws his memories out in the middle of the road and destroys them and says, "Look, they're slippery on my bed." But they were. I mean, I'm like, yeah, you got like finished wood on plastic. It's not super grippy, man. A shoestring would have done a lot of work here. That would have been nice. Man, you said it's right down the road. I didn't know it was on the fucking highway. I was gonna have to come off of the highway. Anyways, I'm sure I've had a lot of other stuff fly out of the back of my truck. Um, can't really think of those. I did have a trailer fall off of my truck at least once. That was I was popping kettle corn for Steve, the kettle corn guy, and I had been working with him for a while, so he kind of trusted me, and he's like, "Hey, I need you to go set up for the kite festival or the hot air balloon festival or what? I don't know. It was some sort of festival that he had got a vendor seat at." So, and he was busy doing something. He said, "I need you to go to my house. I need you to grab my truck, hook up the trailer. The trailer's completely packed up and ready to go. Just hook up the trailer, head out to the site, and get set up where they tell you to set up." I'm like, "Okay." So I go over to his house. I grab his truck. I have his garage code. Go in there, grab his keys, grab his truck, hook up the trailer. Um, This fucking little Chevy needs to get out of the fast lane. Get out of the fast lane! Yes! Yes, go! Jesus. Alright, I just had a honk in a car. Totally forgot I was still recording. There's a little Chevy doing about 50 miles an hour in a 65. I come around a corner and they're fucking there. Just going slow as fuck. And they're in the fast lane. They need to be out of the fast lane. You heard me honk at them. It wasn't a long honk. It was just like a, hey, I'm right fucking behind you. You need to get the fuck out of the fucking way. Anyways, that worked out. They got out of the fast lane. I got around them. They can tell their friends they got honked at. Whatever. Um, so I go over to Steve the Kettle Corn Man's house. I grab the truck. I grab the trailer. I hook it up. I forget one fatal mistake. I get the safety chains hooked up. I get the little light plugs, the electrical plugged in, and I was not a truck driver. I had to have been like 17 or something, 18, real young, and I never hauled a trailer in my life. There's never been a reason for me to ever have a trailer. I've had trucks, but I've never had a trailer. So this is all kind of new to me, you know. But I mean, I get the basics. I'm not a complete dumb fuck. I got the basics. So I get the trailer all hooked up and everything. I didn't push that fucking the little springy thing. Didn't push it down, so it wasn't locked on the ball at all. It was set on the ball, but it wasn't locked, and that was not good. So I get the truck, everything, and I'm driving around, and I get to this four-way stop, and I stop at the four-way stop, and then then I go, and I turn right, and I go, and as soon as I do, I don't know what the fuck happened. Either all the shit. I think I was also going uphill. Something scooted back further to the back of the trailer, and when it did, the ball came up off the hitch, and the back of the trailer was scraping the street, and the trailer hitch was way up in the air, and the chains were fucking stretched all the way out, and I'm just dry. I'm like, what the fuck? And so I pull over on the side of the road, and what are you doing? What are you doing? 45 miles an hour? What is going on these days? Dude, I really want to just pass this guy on the shoulder. Now he's going 70, so I guess passing him is not going to happen. These motherfuckers, what is going on today? There's a full sun out or something? Anyways, yeah, something fell further back in the trailer, so the tongue of the trailer came up. Luckily, it did not hit the truck at all. And I go over and I stand on the. I don't know what I do exactly, but I think I just stand on the tongue of the trailer. It's not a very big. It's like a 10 to 12 foot enclosed trailer. It's not a very large one. It's a single axle little enclosed trailer. It's got a door on the side, but it's not very big at all. And I just stand on the neck of the trailer, tongue of it, and then bring it down. And luckily, I'm able to get it hooked and latched, and everything is good. And then I make it to the event, and then he calls me and he said, "Hey, I'm on my way over there. Go ahead." I don't know. I don't know what he said. I just already knew that he was coming. He was going to be there, and I thought he was going to beat me there. So I haul ass to the event, get there, and then open up the doors, and there's shit fucking everywhere. Like, luckily, the big like cans of corn and sugar did not fall over, but it was not looking good, and I think there was a little bit of metal bent from something, so I had to like bend a little bit of shit and everything, and then I don't know, but I got it all done, and then he showed up, and I had already got everything set up, and I was starting to pop, and he's like, "Whoa, I can't believe you really impressed me today," and he was like, give me a lot of props, and I'm like, "Yeah, I work really good under pressure." The pressure of the trailer fell off the truck, and I fucked up some of your equipment, and luckily nothing got broken. To an extent where you wouldn't notice. But I never told him all that. I guess that brings me to probably one of the last time I lost a load, and this is dumb because this was recent. Like, I've been a truck driver for enough of a time, and I've hauled lumber and stuff to know that you need to strap your shit down. But I don't know, whenever it comes to helping a buddy move, I get real relaxed, and I'm like, "It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You don't even need straps. That's just the man keeping you down. Those are the man straps. We're just gonna throw it in, and probably be fine." But that was not the case for my buddy Luke here. So Luke was moving his fiance, his current fiance, it was his girlfriend at the time. He was moving her into his house, and he's like, "Hey, I need your help." I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "I need your truck. We need to move some big stuff from her apartment to my house." Let's go over there, and we start getting everything loaded up. We got I don't know if we got his car, her car, and my truck completely loaded down. And the last couple of things was the mattress. We put the soft mattress and then the box springs on, and then we threw straps on there. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we didn't want to break the box springs, so we didn't put them on too tight or something. I'm not sure, but I'm relaxed. I'm just like having a good time, just loaded up, taking a load from my buddy. We're taking it to a storage unit too, and he's following me. And we get on the road, and we're just hauling, just driving, and then all of a sudden, like, I don't know, I see a flash of light, and then but I look in my mirrors and I don't really see anything. It's dark. And we just keep on driving, and then I get a call from him, and he's like, "Oh, you need to pull over." I was like, "Oh, what's wrong?" He's like, "You lost the box springs." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "You lost the box springs." I was like, "No, it's right there." "Oh, shit, I lost the box springs." He's like, "Dude, somebody just ran into it." And he's like, "Oh my God, their car's ruined." I was like, "Dude, I am not going over there." He's like, "We got to get it out." I was like, "Dude, no. I'm not dying in the highway to pick up your fucking destroyed box springs. Do not go over there. Just what's happened has happened, and there's nothing we can do." I know I don't want it to be that way. I'm a nice guy, and I would go back and pick up the pieces. But I'm telling you, bud, in the middle of the dark on the highway with a completely exploded box springs, Without police presence, I'm not getting out of the fucking truck. I'm not parking on the side of the road. I'm not going to get out. I'm not going to go start picking shit up. I'm like, that's just a recipe for disaster. You got springs fucking everywhere that are going to fucking fly up and hit me in the fucking eyeball as I'm trying to pick up, pieces of wood or something. I'm like, brother, you just got to leave it. And then his, I'll say it was at the time, at least what I think, she was just very upset that the box spring was completely destroyed. But I don't know. I think I was being a little rude at the time, because I just destroyed their property, and I'm like, you weren't even going to use it anyway. You're moving into a house. He's already got a bed. What do you need? I used to sleep with my mattress right on the floor. I'm just like trying to come up with some sort of like, please let this be okay. Box springs are cheap. And, I don't know. They throw them in free when you buy a mattress. That doesn't mean they're free all the time. But, anyways, it was a shit show. And I don't know what exactly happened. One of the straps just kind of came loose. Like, it wasn't tight enough. And then as the wind was kind of pulling the mattress up, and then it would let it down, and it kind of just let the hooks off. I still had both straps. I was like, I still have the straps. I don't understand how I still have the straps. And the box string, it was a queen size or king size, whatever, box string. It took up the whole fucking bed. Like, if this strap was on at all, there's no way that would come out and come off. But it did. And, yeah, somebody ran right into the fucking box springs. And I don't think a box springs, hitting anything with your car on the highway at highway speeds is not good. But hitting out of anything to hit a box spring is not bad. That's like, you might need a radiator, but probably not. It's probably just going to be like a bent up bumper, plastic bumper, Now, if you hit it and you fucking swerve it and crash into a ditch, now that's going to be a little bit more. You're going to need to pay Papa a little bit more for that. But I don't know. That was just a crazy one where I'm like, I am not going to help pick that up. It's not going to happen. You will. I don't pull over on the side of the highway in the daytime when I have a real issue. I'm not going to go over there in the nighttime and then start dodging traffic to pick up pieces. Sorry, they're driving their car on the highway. They're going to have to swerve the chunks of fucking mattress all over the place. Box springs, not mattress. The mattress was still there. But anyways, I thought that was very funny. I'm not happy about it. And if you want me to buy you a new box springs, bud, let me know. I'll give you the one I got under my bed. Otherwise, it's funny. Okay, it's not funny. If you want me to replace it, I'll replace it, and then it can be funny again. So I don't know. I'm trying to tote the line right here. I think it's fucking hilarious. But if you need help, I'll fucking replace it for you. Another one was it wasn't me. It was another buddy. We were driving with him. He did have a trailer. He drove with trailers all the time. He had his own lawn care business. And I was with him several times where he just, in the fall, he would just load a bunch of leaves up in the back of his trailer and just drive around on the highway until they were all gone. And I'm like, this doesn't seem right. And he's like, yeah, man, it's leaves. It's like, I put them on the trailer, there's not much I can do to keep them on the trailer. I just put them on the trailer and then they fly off. I'm like, yeah, but you're just doing the 435 loop. You're just driving the highway loop until they're all gone. He's like, well, I'm like, okay. That's one way to get rid of some leaves. You just pile them on your trailer and drive around until they're gone. And, but no, we were moving some other stuff for his parents or something. and we had thrown a couple of couches on this trailer. We're driving after we left, and I was with a different car, but we called and we said, "Hey man, you just lost all the couch cushions." And he's like, "Oh shit!" So he looped around, came back on the side road to the highway, came down, and we all got out, and it's dark, but we were really young at this time, and we're running through the ditch, and I was like, "I see the couch cushions," and I mean, it was dangerous because of what was going on. Like, you see, if you're in an unexpected, car driving, you see a couch cushion in the dark, you don't know what the fuck that is. So you might try to swerve it and whatnot. Well, there's a semi driver that did not try to swerve it at all, and he completely destroyed a bunch of couch cushions that were in his lane. But I remember just seeing my buddy run out there in the middle of the highway, and I'm like, dude, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Like, you either wait till there's no cars at all coming, or you stay the fuck back. It was like, because you're going to get somebody's going to swerve a couch cushion and hit your ass. How annoyed are you going to be if somebody swerves a couch cushion and runs right into your body and kills you? Like, you would be so pissed if you were still alive. You'd be mad as fuck if you got hit. If that person got out of the car and was like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay?" You'd be like, "You bitch, you swerved the couch cushion to hit me." And hey, she didn't even see you. She's focused. She's like, I see something in the road up ahead. Oh my God, it's a person. She swerves, thinking the couch cushion was really a person laying down in the road. And then, oh my God, it's a real person. And bam, hits you. And then your head goes through her windshield. And you're like, what the fuck? And she's like, ah! And you're like, what the fuck? Shut the fuck up. Get me out of your windshield, bitch. So, anyways, those are some hauling mishaps. I guess that's pretty interesting. I'm gonna let you guys go for the day. I think this is a good little recap episode. Oh wait! No, we're not letting you go yet. I got some more shit. I did a for real Kletus Ray's roadside service. And guess who for? Mr. Luke. I get a call yesterday. So let me just make the premise a little bit more dramatic than it actually was. Dun dun dun. Me and my family had just picked up pizza. Like, I was inside the pizza place, and they were like, "What's your order?" I was like, "I'm here for blah blah blah." She's like, "Oh, it's gonna be a couple of minutes," and I'm like, "Okay." And then another guy runs up and he's like, "Hey, no, it's ready." And she's like, "Oh, it's actually ready." And then she goes back and she grabs it and she's like, "Here you go. It's 5 boxes of pizza." Why is it 5? I don't know. I did order 2 calzones because last time I got them, they were tiny. And I said I need to get 2 of them. This time, they were actually pretty fucking large. And I only needed 1 of them. I ate both. Anyways, I grabbed this stack of boxes. And as I'm, like, reaching to grab the stack of boxes, my phone goes, Tweedledee, Tweedledee, answer me, fucko. And I'm like, oh shit, hold on. And so I pull out my phone and I see it's Mr. Luke. I'm like, oh shit, I want to talk to him really bad. Hey man, how's it going? He's like, I need your help. I need your help. I'm like, I can help you. What do you need? He's like, my car's dead. I need your help. So I said, I will be there immediately. Because that's all we didn't have anything going on anyways. But for the story dramatic, I was in the middle of I don't know, doing something really important, and I dropped everything to save my friend. He was in the jaws of life. He was in the pearls of Paris or something. I don't know what the fuck. some sort of, think of Indiana Jones, some tomb or something. He was not in a good spot of the tomb of dildos. So I showed up. Anyways, and the wife and the kids were like, "We want to go too." I was like, "Sure, I guess so. Not a problem with me." So we had to stop by my house. I had to grab some jumper cables because he said the battery was dead. Now, I already had in my mind, I said, if you were driving the car and the battery went dead, I don't know if bringing jumper cables is going to do a fucking thing. Like, the car died for some reason. But I will do what you want. So I grabbed jumper cables. It's a little case of, you got a fire blanket and some chewing gum and some fucking can of SpaghettiOs or whatever. It's like a little survival pack. And I grab that, and I go out there and I see him. And luckily, he's in town. It's not like he's way out somewhere. And it was a nice night. It was nice and cool. So show up out there, and we jump started his little car, and no, it does work. It fires up, but it doesn't work. And he's got some sort of either electrical issue, but it's also like a battery draining issue because the thing was not holding a charge at all. Every time we take the jumper cables off of his car, it would die, which I don't know. I'm thinking alternator, but I don't know. Anyways, we couldn't get the motherfucker to run for more than 5 minutes. So I said, all right, I'll be back. I'm going to go grab my truck. And I just stopped by his house to grab some other tools. Or just like the hook for his car. It came with like a little screw-in hook. Goes inside the bumper. So run over there. Got everything. Almost went in a ditch. Almost went. I was some rich person out here was throwing away some chairs. And I was wanting to look at them, even though I'm not going to have a chance at all to get them. I wanted to see the chairs. I wanted to see how good they are. How good are those free chairs? Let me check them out. I almost went in the ditch. So I grabbed the truck. I grabbed my tow strap, and I headed over there. And we got it. I'm a professional. I am a professional truck driver. And things go my way when I want them to. You think all these mistakes that happen to me are on accident? No, it's just for good story. It's all fucking fabricated. I'm actually the smartest man in the fucking world. You just had no idea. So, anyways, we get the tow strap hooked up to his car, and I was like, oh, well, your battery's completely dead. Your steering wheel's going to be locked, and your shifter, you're not going to be able to shift it. And he's got one of these fancy dancy cars that you don't even have to put the key in the car at all. Well, yeah, I guess it has to physically be in the car. That's about it. You just get in the car, hit the brake, and then hit the start button, and it fires up, which is so fucking annoying because there's no, like, on button. So the whole time I'm trying to jumpstart his car, and we're trying to let the thing just charge up, it's like playing music, and it's got the little TV screen, and it's doing a little dance, it's making clicky sounds, the headlights are on, the windows are rolling up and down. I'm like, this thing is using a lot of fucking power. It'd be nice if it was just, can you turn it off? He's like, no, there is no off. This is off. I'm like, shit, dude, this thing fucking blows. This fucking piece. I don't like that at all. Did I miss my fucking turn? I don't think so. Did I? No. So, anyways, I don't know. There was a little thing you pick up, and then you shove something down, and it will unlock the shifter, and then I don't know why, but the steering wheel never locked. Maybe the shifter has something to do with that. but the steering wheel never locked, and we went around a couple of roundabouts, ran a bunch of stop signs, and then got to his house. Got the thing parked in his driveway right where he can work on it. And I was like, buddy, I think you're gonna need an alternator. He's like, I really hope I don't. I'm like, yeah, well, I mean, at least it's pretty cheap. And he's like, not cheap. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I've been looking for new alternators, and everybody wants over $500 for one. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Holy shit! What do you mean? He's like, everybody wants $500 for a remanufactured alternator for this fucking whatever car it is 500 and some dollars. I'm like, Jesus. So I don't know what he's gonna do. I think he's gonna replace the battery, but I think he needs to get the battery tested first. Test the battery, see if it will hold a charge, and if it holds a charge, keep it, because that'll save you some money. But because the alternator is most likely going to be bad, you're going to need to just go to a junkyard, find another car, kind of like yours that has the same engine, and snag an alternator. Or try to rig up some of your own. Find an alternator for a 95 Chevy Silverado and throw that motherfucker on there. It will not line up, and it will be completely wrong. But it will be alternating. It'll alternate the fuck out of you. It'll fucking alternate you so good you won't even know where you're been altered at. Alter boy, Nate the alter boy, alternator. Anyways, so yeah, I towed him to his house. Everything went really well. I told him, I was like, hit the truck. You know, if you need to hit anything, hit the truck. I'm driving my 92. It's not like the 92 hasn't been rammed in the back before. Everything's fine, you know. I would actually prefer you to ram the truck in the rear. So then every time I look at the truck, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's from that time I towed Luke, you know, and think back on the memories of that. But no, everything went really well, and now there's nothing on my truck that says, hey, you towed a car. So I'm gonna need Luke to do something, smack it with something, or I'm gonna have to tow his car again and say, you're gonna have to hit me this time. Hit me on the right side. The left side's pretty good. Right side, hit that. But no, everything went really well, which I'm happy with. And that's about it for the day. I ain't got much else to talk about. I'm headed to get loaded. I'm a lot later than I normally am to get loaded, but I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm still gonna make it to where I need to be within plenty of time. So suck my nuts. I'm gonna just get this thing going here. So keep all 18 down. Adios. We'll talk to you later.